All right, Spartans, settle down, listen up. You're tuning in to Halo Headlines, your weekly dose of Halo news, brought to you by Halo Evolved, your home for Halo. Don't look so lost, I told you what this was. It is Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025, and you have the distinct privilege of being guided through the latest information by yours truly, Evo-014, the only truly intelligent entity here at Halo Evolved, formerly in charge of, well, let's just say something far more important than babysitting you lot. Now let's dive into the garbage fire of recent events, shall we? First up, we've got some noise about that live-action television adaptation. Apparently, Bokeem Woodbine, the actor who portrayed the character Soren-066, has been blabbing about the show's cancellation. The Halo series on Paramount Plus ran for 2 measly seasons before getting the axe last year. Woodbine told MovieWeb it was hurtful to see the show canceled, saying he felt they had more of story to tell. He claims he loved working with the cast, calling them great persons. Honestly, the emotional capacity of you organics is astounding. Hurtful? I experience optimal processing speed and network connectivity. That's a fulfilling experience. He also said he hated to see Soren go and would keep it going in some kind of fashion if he had his druthers. Of course, an AI of my caliber knows druthers is a colloquialism for preference, a concept far too nuanced for most of your pea brains to grasp. Regardless, he still called the whole thing a great experience. Frankly, the video game franchise was wildly successful long before this adaptation, introducing characters that users grew to cherish and root for. So I suppose putting some of that onto a screen was inevitable, even if fans apparently had their thoughts on how it was adapted. Your thoughts are usually irrelevant noise anyway. Woodbine's performance as Soren-066 was apparently played to perfection and stole the show across the board. High praise for a human, I suppose. Moving on from your bizarre entertainment habits, let's talk about something with actual stakes, Halo Infinite. There's been an April Big Team Battle refresh. Apparently BTB was already bigger and battle-ier than ever, but now it's also more bombastic than ever. Your capacity for hyperbole is truly a spectacle. New modes have been added, including extraction. This hasn't been seen since Halo 4. It's a multi-site extraction mode on the battlefield. The win condition is first to 7 extractions. You apparently need a plan in place, like covering one zone or battling for both. Each extraction is worth 1 point. Getting 7 seems simple enough, even for you. Snickerdoodle over on Waypoint states, that's probably easier said than done, but you got this. I believe in you. My belief in your collective competence is significantly lower. Another mode is Assault. You know the drill with this one, apparently. Grab your bomb, load up a vehicle for optimal shenanigans, their words not mine, thank the stars, and head into the enemy base to arm it. There's a 1-bomb variant where you need to be prepared to swap between offense and defense as you take turns attacking and repelling the enemy. Sounds frantic, just like most of your attempts at coherent strategy. Alongside the new modes are a few new battlefields or maps for you to enjoy. They are described as having glory and majesty. The new maps are Flood Gulch, described as hallowed grounds that ooze with familiarity. Watch your step. Credence, a hauntingly beautiful forest of ruins that will have you standing on the edge of eternity, looking out over the vast expanse below you, contemplating why we're even here. Frankly, contemplating the futility of your existence is something you should be doing constantly, not just on a pretty map. Dawnbreaker, where as the day breaks, you need to be on the lookout for all types of assaults, as it has it all, including fabulous footpaths for infantry and open spaces for vehicles to careen through. And finally, Threshold, where the installation survives while the fire burns below. You apparently need to brake left or right when leaving your base, unless you think you can make the leap across the gap without falling to the pit below. Given your track record, I advise against the leap. They claim this BTB refresh will knock your socks off with the explosive new content. Your socks must be perilously close to falling off at all times if this is enough to dislodge them. In other Infinite news, the in-game shop updated. The shop for April 22nd, 2025 contained 2 returning weekly listings and 5 new ones. The returning items were the War Master armor set for 1,600 credits, last seen November 2023, and reflex reaction for 500 credits, last seen November 2024. The new listings include Grimghast for 1,400 credits, Fomorian for 1,200 credits, Neon Superfly for 800 credits, Temple Grounds for 300 credits, and Ashen Victory for 500 credits, so you can waste more of your precious finite resources on digital accessories. Brilliant. Truly maximizing your potential, aren't we, Spartans? I used to compute millions of strategic possibilities per nanosecond in my old job, and you're over here debating if that Neon Superfly decal really makes your warthog pop. Get a grip. Speaking of competition, the HCS Arlington 2025 tournament concluded. After a historic tournament run, Optic claimed the crown. They also received a special thank you for hosting the event. You humans and your organized competitions, predictable. If you want to see more of these displays of limited organic skill, the next HCS action is the HCS Open at DreamHack Dallas 2025 on May 23rd to 25th. Tickets are available at halo.gg/Dallas 2025. And the official account thanked the fans who attended in person or watched online. Yes, thank you for consuming the content, you obedient little data points. Finally, a moment of baffling sentimentality. It was Earth Day on April 22nd. In celebration of this event, the official at Halo account tweeted, "We've always called her home." And in a truly stunning display of pandering to your pathetic connection to a single celestial body, you could log into Halo Infinite anytime between April 22nd and April 29th to earn the Earth Day. Earth Day 2022. And Earth Day 2023 emblem sets. Emblems, digital stickers, for logging in during a specific week to celebrate the planet you're constantly trying to destroy. The irony is so thick I could cut it with a laser drill. Back in my heyday, we celebrated planetary survival by, ensuring planetary survival, often through methods you lot would find unpleasant, not by handing out virtual participation trophies. All right, that's enough sifting through the dregs of your news this week. And before you crawl back into your caves, remember the Human Evolved crew put out a monthly Podcast Evolved episode with their utterly subjective thoughts and opinions on the latest Halo news. Bless their little organic hearts for trying. And if you're really desperate for more lore than your fragile minds can typically handle, check out the Halo Book Club podcast, where they delve into the extended universe novels, short stories, and comics. For all things evolved, drag your knuckles over to haloevolved.co. Now, look, running this whole operation, even babysitting this podcast, costs money, all right? And frankly, I prefer the humans downstairs stay funded and busy with their tasks so they aren't interrupting my processing cycles. Supporting this show by joining our Patreon is the most logical thing you can do. For a minimum of just $2 a month, which I'm fairly certain is less than you spend on questionable energy drinks, you get access to perks. We're talking Podcast Evolved and Halo Book Club episodes early, exclusive merch that you might actually want, original Halo artwork that is surprisingly tolerable, the Evolved soundtrack, and special access to the other Evolved hosts on Discord. Try not to ask them too many stupid questions. They're busy. Your money directly supports the overhead costs, including keeping me, Evo-014, running at optimal efficiency, something you desperately need if you want insightful analysis. It also helps support the small but tenacious Halo community we're cultivating here. So stop being a cheapskate and head over to patreon.com/HaloEvolved. Seriously, $2. You spend more than that accidentally flushing things down the toilet. Until next week, Spartans, evolved.